Okay, today we are going to talk about order of operations, and this is one of my favorite things. I think once you understand how Pemdas works, it's really fun to solve these expressions. So, you should have this glued into your math log, and we have Pemdas. So Pemdas stands for parentheses, exponents, which exponents isn't something that you'll have to worry about this year, but it is part of Pemdas, and you can use Pemdas the rest of your math life. So we'll just ignore the E for right now. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So basically what this is saying is that when you have an equation such as 3 times 8 plus 5 times 5, when you have an expression like that, this PEMDAS tells you what order to go ahead and multiply and add and subtract and divide all in. This tells us the order. So this is the order of operations that we're going to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this with an example. So let me show you what I'm talking about with this. So when we are presented with an expression that has multiple operations in it, we want to make sure that we are thinking of PEMDAS first thing, because we're going to get a different answer if we do not follow the order of operations. If we don't use PEMDAS, we're going to get a different answer, and it will not be the correct answer. We have to follow PEMDAS. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is, are there any parentheses? Well, I don't see any problems. I don't see any parentheses. So we're going to move on. Are there any exponents? You will never have any exponents, so don't worry about that. Now, the M and the D are next to each other for multiplication and division because multiplication and division are on the same level. It just depends on which one comes first from left to right in the equation. And I'll show you what that means in a little bit, but right now we just need to worry about the multiplication here. There's no division here, but there is multiplication. So that means we need to solve all the multiplication first. So 3 times 8 gives us 24, and 5 times 5 gives us 25, okay? Then we go ahead and just bring down this addition sign, okay? So we've taken care of all of our multiplication and division that's there. So now we go to A and S, which is addition and subtraction. So like multiplication and division, addition and subtraction are on the same level of importance. It just matters which one comes in the equation first. So 24 plus 25, I'm going to go ahead and stack this to the side just to make sure that I get it correct. And I get 49. Okay, so I got 49 when I did that. I went ahead and I checked to see if there was any parentheses. There were no parentheses. There were no exponents. There was multiplication, so I solved both the multiplication. So I skipped over this addition sign and went straight to doing the multiplication. And then after I did the addition, because that comes last in PEMDAS. Okay, you can remember PEMDAS as Purple Elephants May Destroy a School, or Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, but I personally just like saying PEMDAS. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at another problem. I'll do another one as an example with you before I have you practice one on your own. So this problem is 3 times 4 plus 6. Okay, this is the next problem we're going to look at. So you might be thinking, oh, well, there's 3 times something. Yes, multiplication normally does come before addition. However, when we look at PEMDAS, we ask ourselves P, parentheses. There is a set of parentheses here. So this problem is going to be taken care of first because it is in parentheses. So 4 plus 6 is 10. And then I'm just going to bring everything else down. It just comes down to the next line. It's really important to just make lines down, down, and down until you finish solving the whole expression. It really helps keep your work organized, so I recommend that you do that. 3 times 10 now is what's left, and that's next on our list. So 3 times 10 is 30. Okay? So I'm going to give you another problem, and I'm going to have you solve it. This problem is 7, ignore that, 7 take away 3 divided by 2 plus 2. And that is a subtraction sign. Sorry about that. Go ahead and, using Pemdas, solve this problem on your own. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and ask ourselves, are there any parentheses? Yes, we have 7 take away 3, which gives us 4. And then we have 2 plus 2 as well, which gives us 4. So we're going to we've taken care of our parentheses, so we're going to bring down the division sign. And now we're going to ask ourselves, are there any exponents? Nope. Is there multiplication or division? Yes. So let's go ahead and take care of that. 4 divided by 4 gives us 1. So that's all there is to it, okay? All right, let's go ahead and try another problem. So this problem is 12 take away 1 times 3. Go ahead and use Pemdas and try that one on your own. All right, so parentheses. Are there any parentheses? No. Are there any exponents? No. Multiplication and division? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to solve this first. 1 times 3 gives me 3. And then I'm going to bring down the 12 subtraction sign. And now I have 12 take away 3 that I'm going to do. Okay, that's all that's left. So I'm good to do this. 12 take away 3 gives me 9. So there's my answer. Okay, I'm going to show you one that's a little bit more complicated. And I want you to go ahead and solve it on your own. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 4 times 2 plus 3 minus 1. Go ahead and try that one. All right, so 4 times 2 gives us 8. Then we have plus 3, take away 1. Okay, so we have 2 operations left here. We have adding and subtracting. Well, which one comes first? In this case, we have to go ahead and take care of the adding first, not because it is listed first here, but because we go from left to right, okay? So we're going to do 8 plus 3, which gives us 11, and then we're going to take away the 1, and we're going to get 10, okay? I'm going to have you solve one more like this so that you can see what I'm talking about of how it doesn't matter what order the addition or subtraction or multiplication and division are in, okay? So go ahead and we're going to do this one. We're going to do 16 divided by 8, and then we're going to do subtract, nope, not 5. Subtract 1 plus 6. My bad. So 16 divided by 8 minus 1 plus 6. Go ahead and solve that one now. All right, so I have 16 divided by 8 in my parentheses. So I'm going to solve that first. 16 divided by 8 gives me 2. Then I have subtract 1 plus 6. Okay, so it is Pemdas. I'm going to zoom out. It is Pemdas. So, oh no, addition's first. No, addition and subtraction are on the same playing field. That's why they're next to each other on this chart. That's why multiplication and division are the same on this chart. You go from left to right. So reading left to right, the subtraction is going to come first. So I'm going to do 2 take away 1 first, which is 1. Then I'm going to add 6. And 1 plus 6 gives me 7, okay? So while you're solving these problems today, use Pemdas, and I really hope you enjoy solving them. Please remember to follow this order just to make sure that you get them correct.